So we've not even made it to the hotel for the night. We're stopped on the motorway because the trees are down. It's Storm Eowyn.
What?
Storm Eowyn. Heading north in Storm Eowyn. The crew.
You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of it, would you?
No. I was just saying before, you know, it's coming through, and suddenly if you get to about 2 miles an hour and a gust of wind caught, I was just trying to go past the gap with the wagon.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to proceed in lane 3 for us, I'll release the rest of the 1, 2, 3.
Smash it. Trees down, so that's how bad the storm is, folks. Trees are blown all over the motorway. But at least, I didn't record that, but we just had to filter for about 3 miles, I think, through all that lot. Anyway, head on to the hotel for the night. So yeah, as it was supposed to be winter camping, but with the storm blowing over today, we are heading for a hotel for the night, just to be a little bit safer, because we can't put tents up in this ridiculous weather. But still going to be an epic journey today, so there you go, folks. But we've got the Storm Eowyn that's blowing over, and we're heading north in the eye of the storm. Some of the highest winds that have been battering the UK and Ireland since 2011, I believe. So that's what we're doing. But we're wimping out tonight. We won't be putting the tents up. We've had to take cover in the BREAKOUT hotel. Whoa! We're just going to do a little run round the A7 Borders roads before we get there tonight. So that is the plan, and before we head to Highland tomorrow, and the plan is still to stick the tents up down in the middle of the deepest glens tomorrow. So what an adventure it's going to be. So far so good, and I'm not complaining about the weather so far, even though there's snow forecast in the Highlands where we're going tomorrow. So we're not going to know what it's like until we get there. So Kai is on a lone bike. He's on the VOGE 900. This is the Black Knight bike, beautiful bike, so he's giving that a test run for the weekend. We've got MAKA, Jericho on his breakout. We've got another Pan Am, Leon, and a GS with us. So yeah, a good mix of bikes for the weekend. So the idea was to camp in the valley at Bucklock, over from the Hoyk side tonight. But to put your tents up when you've got wind warnings, red warnings, and winds up to 100 miles an hour is not ideal. So we went for plan B, and we booked in a room at the Bucklock Hotel. Stay there tonight, refresh, and by the morning the wind should have subsided enough to us to head over to Highland and complete leg 2 of the winter camp. So that is the plan, folks. Whoa! But some of these gusts are ridiculous. We've had trees blown over on the motorway. Just had to filter for about 3 miles before through a load of standing traffic while they shifted the tree from the road. So yeah, pretty fierce winds, but nothing an adventurer cannot overcome. Jesus Christ. So we've still got some pretty exposed parts of the route to do before we drop down. Once we get into Scottish borders to the valley, it shouldn't be too bad, but pretty exposed. Whoa, pretty exposed here at the moment. So we're getting a lot of gusts coming, whipping up from that valley. Anyway, folks, little quick update here. We are at the services in Storm Eowyn, just taking a little break, waiting for MAKA to have a piss. That's a long piss, he went half an hour ago. And then head off and get to the borders. But this is pretty nice actually, really nice day. Just a little bit of wind in the air, I don't know what everyone's complaining about, red warnings. Holy fuck, we knew it was going to be bad over Shap. But that was some ridiculous wind. I was sort of riding sideways then with the wind trying to blow me. But the mighty pan, she's that heavy, it takes a lot to knock this over. But those cross winds are ridiculous, and normally you'll just get the odd one blast when you're riding in the wind. But this, he sees, it's just constant blowing. Certainly a challenge. Whoa! Holy shit! Woohoo! That, folks, we knew, like I said, this is going to be the worst stretch, and it has been so far. Out of all the journey, it's been okay, but Shap and then over the Cumbria, heading north, across the border, is the worst it's been so far. So just keep the group together. 12 miles now from Penrith, 30 miles from Carlisle, and then into Scotland. A lot of snow up on the mountains over there. Whoa! In fact, it looks like it still is snowing up on the tops over there. Woo. Well, this is getting pretty ridiculous. I might have to take some shelter somewhere, because along this section of the road the motorway is just littered with vehicles. Jesus Christ. Don't fucking stop! Jesus, it's the headwind. When you're like that, you've nothing there, you're on the bridge and it's open, but could have skid that's done as well. Wow. Well, let's hope he's alright. Now that's about the 10th one along this stretch of road. We're just hoping now, it's coming into 2 o'clock, that the winds are going to be subsiding soon. But I just don't know where MAKA and the rest are now. It's just me and Kai up front. But we're going to have to come over off at services and just take a break. But it is pretty wild, to be honest with you. It's not actually a bad day, but it's the constant battle with the wind that's the tiring thing about it. And I'm not even going to reach forward and switch my front camera on, folks, so just keep those hands on the bars. But apart from that, like I said, it's not a bad day, and you've got a lot of vehicles over, yes, but you've got the wind underneath, and don't forget, it's all wagons. On a bike, it's not actually that bad, you know, your wind's going through the wheels, but you're leaning into it all the time, it's still trying to pull the weight. But I think you're actually safer on a bike than you are in a bloody van. Anyway, let's get ourselves off here, try and get some shelter for a bit, and see if we can get hold of the rest of them. So we're heading to Langholm now. We've come off on the A7, which is the tourist route to Borders and round, just to give us a break from that motorway, because it's getting a little bit blowy. Try and get a little bit of shelter along here somewhere, and then just find out where the rest of them are. But yeah, it's getting pretty sketchy, that, to be honest with you. Down here it's not too bad, you're away, they still got the wind, but because we've got these tree shelter along the side of the road, it was 100 times better, because it was just constant. There was just no let up at all, they just riding into the wind all the time. But it's just find somewhere we can just pull over along here 5 minutes and then message the others, see where they're up to. But apart from that, we're not too far from where we need to be. We're going to come off on this split road now. Just make sure it says Newtown, that's a bit further up. We're going to carry on here for a bit, sorry. Can't even read the maps. Whoa! And then try and get ourselves to Langholm. We're not that far from Langholm. We'll get there and then a little bit of shelter. We was hoping this wind had died down before we go into Langholm and off and round St Mary's Lock and then round back to Moffat. But it's still early. There's no point going to the hotel and having another enduring 45 minutes up to Moffat on that bloody windy 74. You know, a lot of people saying, you know, you take your sense of adventure a little bit too far, but I know my limits, and yes, there's been a lot of vehicles down and trees and whatnot on the way here, but if you're not stupid with it, stay safe, everything's good. West Linton. So I'm just going to pull along here into this pub, the Lynchbank House. And then see if we can find out where the rest are. See you in a bit, folks. Yeah, I think you can safely say that was pretty mad.
Yeah, I had an oh shit moment on that bridge as well.
Yeah.
We stopped.
That's it, because I said we're better off moving. Yeah, when we stop, we're fucked. And that wagon driver, he's like that, come in front of me. I went, no, that's the worst thing you can possibly do.
By the side of it.
Huh? How spectacular is this?